You're still watching NC Continental Prime. Let's move to some health matters now, where Nigeria has launched significant initiatives to combat the rising cases of suicide and to address mental health stigma. At the Ministerial Roundtable on Mental Health in Abuja, Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, Amina Mohammed, emphasized the urgency to curb the increasing global suicide rates, stressing the importance of destigmatization and encouragement to seek mental health support, highlighting the dire situation where over 700,000 individuals globally take their own lives annually. Mohammed urged open discussions to eliminate stigma and foster understanding. While supporting these efforts, World Health Organization (WHO) Director General Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus praised Nigeria's response to mental health challenges, citing new policy frameworks as pivotal in reducing stigma and suicide rates. Of course, joining me on the news right now is Dr. Laz Ude Eze, the co-founder Sub-Saharan Africa Brain Health Initiative. Of course, who joins to elaborate more on this. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Eze.
Thank you, Dapo, for having me.
All right, great. Now, let's get to it. How do you perceive the recent policy frameworks launched by Nigeria's impacting the lives of individuals struggling with mental health issues? Are there specific provisions or strategies that, for you feel stand out?
Right. Thank you very much, Dapo, for having me once again. Yes, I think it's long overdue. It's better late than never that the country is now being a bit more proactive in responding to issues related to mental health. For many decades, Nigeria did not have a policy framework on mental health until last year when the National Assembly and, of course, the past president gave assent to the National Mental Health Act. And that has provided the opportunity for subsequent policies like the one, the meeting, the roundtable that just held. A key thing that this seeks to achieve is on the issue of suicide. Uh, not criminalizing suicide, and
Mm.
also so many other issues that has to do with it. Nobody will just wake up and happily want to commit suicide. So it's a reflection of so many things that has to do with depression, that has to do with so many other injuries, that psychological injuries or trauma that affect the mental health or our brain in general. So the point that is being made that is standing out is for us to address the root causes, and if anybody is getting suicidal, it's not a point that we begin to make blames or we begin to, oh, okay, it's against the law to take your life, and you pick up the person and put in prison. No, such should not be stigmatized. Is to focus on, dissuading the person from taking action and looking at the root causes and addressing those root causes. For instance, now in Nigeria, the economy is quite harsh and many people are having very tough times. And from media reports, you'll be seeing a lot of cases of people taking their lives. So addressing these issues, socioeconomic issues, the social determinants of brain health, are things that is strongly recommended. And for those who are at that tipping point,
Okay.
it's to see a way to bring them back.
All right, I'm going to stay with you on criminalizing suicide and also the root causes, particularly in Nigeria. At some point, the conversation was on as regards
Decriminalizing, sorry.
if you try to take your life and you're stopped, you tend to face some sort of jail time without actually, many have criticized this particular move, policy move, and saying that it's rather unfair. Now, my question to you is this. What do you think, quickly, the government can actually do in terms of addressing these root causes? And, as a professional, what are some of the root causes of this issue that you have noticed?
Yes, let me begin from the second question. Some of those causes, of one attempting to take one's life, of course, the person has to be severely depressed. It's in severe depression. And what are the things that could cause severe depression? Of course, when someone gets to a hopeless situation, where someone has some severe hardship, and of course, drug use or drug abuse, illicit drug abuse, substance abuse, and all of that are some of the things that could trigger it. You could also have some biological changes, in the brain, some substances that could be expressed and will lead to this. So it's a variety of causes that the neurologists, the psychiatrists, the neuropsychologists, it's a mental health space is a place that is multidisciplinary and they have a lot of players. So the key issues that must be tackled is well-being of the people. And of course, there is no health until you have a complete state of physical, mental, and psychological or the social well-being, and not just the absence of disease or the infirmity. So addressing economic issues, economic imbalance, issues around climate change, the environment, and all of that. Those are anything that will make people, put food on their table, because it is said that if you remove hunger, from poverty, then poverty will not be, painful as it were. So
Okay.
these are the key things that has to be done. And for government at various levels is to take measures,
Okay.
sustainable measures to improve economy, create jobs for people to be active, make use of their brain,
All
because
right, Dr.
there are
Eze.
like, several modifiable factors that
Okay.
could lead to
Well,
this
Dr. Eze,
situation.
I apologize, but I might just need to interject because we are pressed for time. Thank you so much for making our time to be on the news. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.